Good afternoon, Mr. Claudio. This is the part two of my e-portfolio, which is called Teaching in the Primary Class. So first of all, we have task one that says that describe how your teacher integrates skills, diversifies her lessons when teaching English, and how does she use tasks during lessons to achieve the aim. So first of all, I must say that she uses multiple subjects integration. For example, due to the UDL design, she combines comprensión lectora, lenguaje, and English in the same lesson sequence. So by this extent, uh, she works along with the lenguaje teacher and the other subjects. Uh, for example, the students have 10 minutes to read. That's what she has told me uh, during some lessons in which I am not in the classroom in order to help the students to develop a reading comprehension. Also, she used a variety of text types, for example, poems, informative text, and tales. Also, she uses different cognitive demands, for example, explicit questions that are literally, or implicit questions, or opinion questions for the students to try to communicate with the teacher. Also, she implements the use of TIC, in this case, technology, with videos, projectors, EduPlay, and PowerPoint presentations. Also, she uses multiple ways to demonstrate learning through writing, drawing, speaking, completing worksheets, ordering events, and true or false activities. Also, she uses scaffolding. She uses Spanish if needed. For example, if a student does didn't understand a task, she uses Spanish to explain the instructions to the students and so on and so forth. She uses also formative assessment, in which there is a self-reflection question at the end of each class. For example, what did I learn today? Or how can I improve? My teacher at the beginning of the class, she uses emotional check-in for the students to know how they are feeling, and different learning styles through visual, auditory, or kinesthetic games. And how my teacher uses a task during lessons to achieve the aim? Well, she uses try to activate prior knowledge. For example, she puts images in the PowerPoint presentation, and the students they have to look at the picture and answer what they see or what it's happening. Also, as I mentioned before, she uh, the students have to answer explicit questions. For example, when they read a short text, they have to answer who, what was happening, or what the person did in the reading. Also, true and false to evaluate understanding, and mark statement about fables as true or false. Also, draw to demonstrate comprehension visually. For example, draw how they imagine uh, the scene that they read uh, before. And then we have task two, describe how students participate during lessons and what opportunities they have to participate during lessons or show how they are achieving the aims. From my point of view, the lessons that my teacher does are quite structured. Um, she is an experienced teacher, So in I could see it that, as I said before, she is structured. Most of the students are very engaged when the class starts. That is because the teachers sometimes use attention grabbers, in which uh, she start clapping her hands, and the students uh, do the same as she is doing. So the students have the opportunity to participate during the lessons and show how they are achieving the aims. For example, last class, she was teaching them the means of transportation, in which the students had to demonstrate what they knew about those means of transportation. So the students were giving examples and they answered those questions. Some of the students were in front of the whiteboard, circling the correct answer. So I must say that students have participate during their lessons. And how what would I do? Uh, I did the same, or how could I have done it differently? And I must say that there is little things that I could have done during that lesson. As I said, she is very good at integrating skills with the students, even though most of the students might have a little comprehension of English. She manages to make participate the students during the lessons and the activities, and that's how she uses tasks to achieve the aim during the lesson. Um, so I must say that she's pretty good at it. Also, the things that I have or I could have done differently, I would use more technology, more TICs, due to the fact that students like to play video games. So most of them are very into games such as Roblox or Minecraft, and I would have loved to have the tools, for example, to create a Minecraft lesson virtually using the game in order to uh, make a class more interactive with the students. I know that our uh, the the Minecraft game has an option to create a classroom. However, the price is it's too much to create a lesson in the game. But those are the things that I would like to have in my classroom in order to engage even more the students. Um, Thank you for watching, and that was that was all.